So, hi there everyone. It's lovely to be here for the full moon. Beautiful setting. Oh, thank you very much. Just one thing, I can't tell who's on or not for some reason, because in the group it doesn't post people's names. So I'd love for you to send me messages or whatever throughout. But just if you could pop your name in, just so that I know who you are. But anyway, welcome. I know there's a couple of other people joining us tonight, so we're just going to be waiting for them. Whilst we're waiting, my name's HarKetae, and I'm a witch from the heart of Brigantia. Tonight isn't really about witchcraft, it's more about your own personal path and using meditation to help you chill, get rid of unwanted stuff, usher in some new stuff, and just really focusing on your path, and me presenting a meditation to help you on your own personal path. So what I always say is hear what is beneficial to you, and just throw away anything that you don't agree with, and that's fine. But hopefully you'll love being here. This is the first one of the new moon meditations, and for the season, and I'm doing a whole season of working with the Wheel of the Year, and this is all part of that. So we've just had Imbolc, and about 3 weeks ago I did a preparation for Imbolc, just explaining some of the things about Imbolc and how we can prepare ourselves to work with nature, working with the Wheel of the Year. And this is all part of that as well, but you don't have to have been there. These are all individual sessions as well. Tonight's probably going to take a little bit longer than the other ones, just because I'm going to explain a little bit more about the meditations, and we'll take it from there. Can you hear me okay? That's what I would like to know. It'd be brilliant to know if you can hear me okay. So yeah. We are going to be opening a circle in a minute. I'm just going to give a few more minutes to see if people can get on or not. And we'll take from there. I'm just going to have a look. So it looks like it's all working right. So for those of you, hi and welcome, and it is lovely to be here. You don't need to have anything for these sessions at all. All I do say is it's because it is meditation. It's always useful to have a area that where you're not going to be interrupted. Yeah. So I'm actually going to light my candle and some incense with my little flamethrower here and my candle just up here as well. Because I like to, I like to have these things going whilst I'm meditating. Oh, incense didn't light properly. There you go, it's going now. So just give it a couple more minutes. Okay, I think it's time to start. First off, what I like to do is just open a circle so that just to help us to prepare ourselves. And I just I wrote a little circle cast for these events online. So, from the east the mighty wings be spread, wild spirits of the air and storm. From south with flaming aspects dread, let fiery guardians take their form. From western seas with tossing foam, O watchers issues from the deep. From northern glades, from beds of loam, let's goddess and gods vigil keep. O elements receive our call, and powers gather into our sight, and build for mighty towers tall, to ring us from the world this night, and guard this circle across this land, where we are met to work our hand. Circle is open. So in today's meditation, we'll be focusing on the moon cycles. Moon cycles are really important for anybody that is on an earth-based path, pagan path particularly, but if you're Christian, then great, welcome. But the moon, as we know, is a guiding light for all sorts of things. And one of the things that a lot of people use moons for is to keep track of when within seasons and within the year to be able to focus on ushering new things and getting rid of stuff as well. So generally the new moon is a completion of something and you're about to get rid of something else, ready for the dark moon. Oh, thank you very much. And then on the new moon, it's very much the dark moon, as it is now. The new moon is very much about ushering in the new and starting something new for completion towards the new moon. So as this is the first of the meditations for the whole season, I thought what I'll do is I'll write a meditation that will actually talk about the cycles of the moon. But before we start, because we are on a new moon, it's a time for us to bring in something new that perhaps you might like. Imbolc is all about, and we're in the season of Imbolc now, it's all about new beginnings. It's all about ushering in and preparing, laying the ground, as it were, ready for new seeds to grow. And is there something in your life that you would like to see happen, that you would like spring and the time of Imbolc to start preparing it, ready to see it grow within your own personal life? If there is, just have a bit of a think about it, and think about it whilst we're in the meditation, so that you can actually bring that forth within the meditation, and we can start working on that and letting it grow within you, ready for it to develop into a beautiful plant, into a beautiful flower, for your own personal paths. So in today's meditation, we'll be focusing on the moon cycle and meeting the moon goddess herself. You will feel her energy as she waxes and wanes, realizing her influence on our lives and in our magic. But firstly, I'd like you all to sit up straight. We're going to go straight into this. I'd like you to all sit up straight, no slouching, and put your feet firmly on the floor. And resting your hands on your knees, or in a position that's comfy for you, with your palms facing upwards, ready to receive the goddess's energy into your life. We will now prepare our bodies and mind, and I would like you to close your eyes and take a moment just to notice the sounds in the room. Now I'd like you to feel your feet on the floor. Really focus on your feet on the floor. Notice how you're breathing. Is it quite gentle? Is it a little bit stressed? Just keep on breathing, don't change your breath. Just keep on breathing. And we're going to start to take a little look. Going to start to take a little deeper look into ourselves. Feel those worries and stresses dissipating. Now I'd like you to take a long, deep breath for 4 counts. 2, 3, 4. And out for 4. 2, 3, 4. And in for 4. 2, 3, 4. And out for 4. 2, 3, 4. And in for 4. 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Still looking inwards, envision yourself sitting on the top of a hill in the darkest of nights. You welcome the quietness and the stillness of the night air, and your mind opens as if the whole universe is ready to show you something. As you sit on the hillside, looking into the landscape, you notice the light of a distant village with its orange glow illuminating the surrounding landscapes that seem to radiate into the night sky. And time feels like it's standing still. You take a big, deep breath, feeling the cold air on your chest. And you exhale, feeling the stress of the day's worries go with that breath. You look up into the sky and there's not a cloud to be seen. But there, in the blackest of nights, stars twinkle like diamonds and you feel joy and contentment. Let it fill you. But know that you're not alone in the universe. You start to look for the moon, but she cannot be seen. So you look deeper into the night. And there, in the distance, you see the faint disk, barely visible, and you realize that the moon is hiding from you. She is hiding her face from you. You call out to her and ask her to please show your face to me. And you pause for a moment and you wait for an answer. But there's no answer, so you focus even more intensely on her. And as you do, she seems to move closer, filling your gaze with her hidden face. And you realize she is still there. And then, there in the quietness of your mind, you hear a faint, distant voice saying, I am here. I am always here. This is the night of the new moon. This is my resting day. You have come to me and I've let you enter the stillness of time so that in this moment I can show you the beauty of my life cycle. I will show you from the darkest time and the lowest of energy to the lightest and strongest energy and back into the dark again, where I go back and have my resting day. Whilst I'm showing you, watch how the landscape changes as my silvery light begins to bathe the landscape, and feel the energies rise as I pull you towards me. Then notice the landscape changing once more as my light fades and my energies wane as I hide my face from you once more, preparing to rest again. Always remember, you are never alone and I am always with you, even in the darkest of hours. With this, the moon goddess returns to the sky. And now you can see her in the place of the sky with the stars twinkling and the village showing once more on the horizon. The stars seem to be twinkling brighter at the moment, as if to say, are you ready? And then you notice the smallest silver crescent on the left of the veiled goddess. She has started to show herself, and you feel a sense of excitement as she unveils, and you can feel the energy rise just a little. The shining silver crescent is getting larger now, and is no longer a crescent moon, but a half moon. The moon goddess winks from the unveiled half, and you remember to look at the landscape. The village is still there, glowing in the distance, but now, as she shines her light on what could not be seen, you can see the outline of the hills and trees as they are covered in a blanket of silver moonlit. You take a moment and you realize that this moment is for you and your life. The moon is nearly full now, and she unveils fully, and you feel warm and content. Her energy is so intense that there is a rainbow aura around her, and you are bathed in beautiful moonlit energy. And you use this time to recharge your energy centers. Feel the warmth of that energy. Filling you, renewing you, giving you energy where it was low. As you look back into the darkness, you notice the landscape has changed again, and you can see the trees on the hills more clearly as the lustrous light of the moon now reaches into the deep of the shadows, and the village seems to be further away into the distance, and the stars no longer seem to shine so brightly. All you see is her, the moon goddess, once again, and nothing else matters. As you look at her, you see the fullness of all her beauty. But as you look, you also notice that she's starting to diminish again. Her light is beginning to wane, and her aura disappears as she starts to hide her face once more. She is now half veiled again, but she still can be seen brightly in the moonlit blackness. But now the shining stars share the same space equally as she continues to veil softly and gently until her light is all but gone and her energy is at her lowest, being stored once again for the hibernation ahead. And then she's gone from sight. The only light you can now see is from the stars and the village, but you remember what she said. I am here. I am always here. And you feel comforted in those words. Take a moment to think about your journey. You now feel a tingling sensation through your body. And you know its time has been restored, and you start feeling your heartbeat inside your chest again. And you know it's time to return to the green world. Looking up, You thank the moon goddess for the guidance and the insight, and you take a deep breath. And you say farewell until next time. Well, it's time to start coming back now. And what I'd like you to do is take 4 deep breaths for 4 counts. And breathing in for 2, 3, 4. And breathing out for 4, 2, 3, 4. And breathing in for 4, 2, 3, 4. And breathing out for 4, 2, 3, 4. And breathing in for 4, 2, 3, 4. And breathing out for 4, 2, 3, 4. And last one, breathing in for 4, 2, 3, 4. And breathing out for 4, 2, 3, 4. Brilliant. Just shake it out. Shake your arms, shake your feet, shake your legs. Give yourself a bit of a wobble. When I wrote that, it was an amazing time, and I really enjoyed writing that, and I hope you enjoyed it too. Hope you can all hear me well enough. There's no way for me to know what you can hear. Do leave me a message or a comment. If you've got any questions, we've got a little bit of time still, so if you got any questions, do pop them into the comments, and I'll see if I can work out how to answer them. So today is the new moon. And the new moon always reminds me when I'm in my darkest place that the brightness is always on the horizon. Doesn't matter whereabouts I'm walking on my own personal life or path, there is always a new light ahead. We can't always see it sometimes, but the goddess, she always shows us. She always shows us. Well, if there's no questions... Oh, there you are. Emma, oh, bless you. Oh, it came through. Oh, you're watching on YouTube. Oh, lovely. Lovely, Emma. Oh, bless your heart. Well, you know where I am if you need to message me. And I hope that has helped. So if anybody would like to support me, I do have a Patreon page. If you'd like to go there, it can be totally free. You do not have to buy me a coffee. But if you would like to, then go onto my Patreon page, which is HarKetae Green. And there you can just go and see all the wonderful materials that I've got there. Also find my podcast. Yes, I can put a link on. My Patreon. Oh, there you go. I think it might let me. It might not be. Might not. Podcast is brilliant. Oh, thank you very much. There you go. I've sent a link. Looks like it's only gone to YouTube though. So what I would do is in my divine inspiration at the bottom of this event, I shall put my Patreon. It'd be lovely for you to join me there, and everything. So yeah, my podcast, I've got a new podcast coming out. Oh, would you be pleased to hear? Yeah. And I won't tell you what it's about. I'll let you have a surprise, but it should be out by the end of the week. Next week or this week. When are we? Friday. Yeah, so by next Friday. And I shall post on there because this is not letting me post to Facebook for some reason. I don't know why. So I shall do that when I've closed down. Okay, well, thank you very much, everyone, to join me. I am just going to close the circle. And there's the circle closing words. I'm going to read them from the screen. So from north and south we bid you fade, O guardians who watch this night. South and east pass back to shade that's witnessed in your sacred sight. O ye divine whose names we hail, we bid you fond and true farewell. So mote it be. New Moon podcast, love it. I could do a New Moon podcast. Yeah, so the podcast is actually called, I forgot what my podcast's called. I can't believe what I've forgotten. Somebody will be able to say, so mote it be. Anyway, oops. I shall send all links and everything to that. And anyway, thank you so much for dropping by. And I shall, I think we've got a full moon meditation coming up in 2 weeks, because these meditations will be every 2 weeks. So anyway, thank you so much for dropping by, and I shall see you again real soon. Bye. Blessed be.